Welcome to
KBW.
This episode is scheduled for one fall. In this corner, out of the stupid corner.
The great corner, you have, myself, Ryan, and in this dipshit corner over here, who fails at everything in life, apparently.
I was cheated this week.
I was cheated this week. I was cheated this week. As you can see, this title is stuck in the middle. Still, currently, we had ended up picking, what turned out to be the same exact matches and stipulation because, somebody didn't answer the stipulations 2 days before I'd said to him.
Someone slept for the last 2 days.
So I answered the night of, I was paying attention. I was sound asleep because I'm old. I got kids. I go to sleep in this kind of weather. No, actually, what happened was my phone never got the messages until the next morning, and so things happened. So we got it all planned out. We're already getting ready for Fastlane, but I already had my picks into him, and he's trying to act like they didn't happen.
Excuses.
They weren't there. But rightfully, this should be my title. Should be around my shoulder here right now. Walk in with a great entrance that I'd already planned it out, but obviously the dipshit over here failed us.
Excuses are like assholes. He has a lot of them. You have multiple assholes. That's what I think I said.
I understood what you said. You take the asshole and shove up your asshole.
That's too many. Pocket. It's like a hot pocket.
It's a hot pocket. It's just not enough. Just so much.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm still not wearing the title, and somehow he tied it. I don't understand. I swear to God, he still thought John Cena was in the match. I thought I was going to win this fucking thing.
Yeah. Listen, you made some terrible choice picks in this, and we ended up splitting the match. In all, we only got 2 wrong each. So we pretty much saw what was happening.
Not during Fastlane.
Fastlane, I will make sure that title is mine. That title is mine.
My title's coming.
Unless we get a Brock Lesnar appearance and we neither of us have that title.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that some Brock-like character is going to try to steal our title.
That's what I've been hearing too. I've been hearing speculation that that's a possibility.
It's a full-timer title. Like I said, this is a full-time title.
Like I said, and if I'm not winning it, then I would at least like you to have the title. But hey, listen, if it happens,
I don't want him to have the title either, so I'm good.
If it's not my title, it's no one's title. I'll steal the title myself, and then no one will go to see it. I'll throw it in the ocean back in the day.
If I can't
have
you, I don't want nobody, baby.
Right, who did that in the bed? Was that the Rock or Stone Cold?
I believe it was Stone Cold.
Did to the Rock's title, correct?
Yeah.
So I just do it to this title.
Or vice versa.
Disappeared.
One or the other.
It happened. Either way, let's get into the episode.
Let's get into the news.
Let's talk about we're really excited for it. It's AEW. Right?
I'm elite.
The elite.
Are you elite?
I'm elite.
Yeah, we're all elite here. Not all elite. They did not send us a contract.
No, not yet. We're waiting though. We're still looking out for it.
We're trying.
We're promoting you. We're waiting for.
There's a WWE title, but we have all AEW pops.
That's all we're looking for.
Speaking of
AEW
pops, the company Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Put up they received a AEW hoodie from Cody, and they said after getting this sweet hoodie, what AEW pops would you like by the end of the year? So Funko wants to start making new AEW pops.
Very exciting. So, I'm excited to see that.
We need more.
We do.
We're gonna have to get some WWE.
I need a Chris Jericho up in there.
There's the Jericho with the list.
And some people that we're gonna get in here. I'd like to see these 2 guys definitely. Before even all 3 of them actually. Let's get into one of the guys that we'd like to see.
So AEW, of course, every time someone disappears from WWE, the first thing is, when are they signing with AEW? So I guess this is basically the AEW, are they signing rumors mill? This is
where we're gonna go. This is the rumor mills of what has come up in the recent couple of days, maybe even a week. See, look, he failed at picking choices for the thing. He also failed at filling his cup up, so he's got nothing. Whereas I got still have a little bit of water left.
The cup is empty, but I filled it up.
You must fill it up after.
So AEW possible rumors. Ryan got this one. It's the TJP rumor. So basically, what you're saying is, you said that there was a tweet or something after.
He tweeted after Ricochet made his debut using his move on Raw. That was basically, I had my chance. I'm done, basically.
Yeah.
And
TJP is terrible.
And and people are like, oh no, you still have a chance. Da, da, da. He goes, no, my chance is over. Obviously, he's recycling my moves, and I thought if you're recycling moves, it's still theft and all this other stuff.
No.
So they're saying he's saying that WWE's basically written him off, even though he's still on the roster. That he's written him off, but they're saying that he's a possibility to go to AEW because they've written him off.
The only reason I would hope that he does not go to AEW is I'm hoping it's not his real personality as the person who he acts on as TJP. He has the worst gimmick. He still does the dab, but it's like that real white guy dab. His general is like he starts everything out. He comes out like, and it may make me want to shoot myself. So TJP,
I was seeing you attempt to show how.
That's what I'm saying. I won't dab because I know that doesn't look great.
Yeah.
But like he's bad. His wrestling is great. He's a very talented wrestler, but he has such a garbage gimmick.
But you look at the gimmick of what Vince gave him though, possibly.
I don't know. I'll give him that, but that's.
I'm not.
Go.
Vince likes
he tries to be
Mega
Man.
Different things.
His music sounds like Mega Man's music. I'm waiting for him to come out like the gun. It's like a video game music, but it's real weird.
Maybe it'll be better if he does do it. I mean, he has the talent. So again, that's a possibility I'm talking about is because Ricochet made his debut and took all the stuff that his reign is over, and which he's basically been over for a while now.
He's been over a long time.
And now here's thievery with this and that. These possibilities for AEW.
You don't hear Shawn Michaels bitching that everybody uses
a super kick.
Super kick is just like
sweet chin music.
It's now like a
regular
body
move.
slam now.
Yeah, it's just
we saw 8 of them during 1 hour of
one match. Yeah, one match
during NXT.
It was like 8 or 9 tonight.
So guess what? You don't hear HBK going sweet chin music. It's nothing now.
Right.
Everybody uses it. It's just a lot of kicks. These guys, they have super kick parties.
Yeah,
just super kicking everybody. So
or getting super kicked if you watch BNB.
So TJP needs to settle down. Billy Gunn thinks that Goldberg and Batista are possibilities. I like this. I saw a picture of Batista having lunch with Jericho last week. Mm-hmm. So that would be a cool little move because between WrestleMania and Goldberg, on and off, sure.
Well, I don't.
But he doesn't have any moves. He's Lesnar 2.0. It's just. You're either gonna get jackhammer or a spear.
He was the original Lesnar.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But they kind of have like that. I wish they would wrestle.
He somewhat wrestled a little bit towards
And he doesn't take any shots. Career. He doesn't bump at all. He just kind of.
But I think him as a in and out type of character, I think would be good. I mean, it'd be good to see him back wrestling again because he doesn't want to have the stress of all being in 40 fucking states at the same time. So I get that. I mean, I think it'd be a good, additive, even if he's in the background.
You said I would take him as a part-timer, like something like that.
I mean, Billy Gunn was talking about that being a good possibility.
It'd be some good draws. We had another guy who asked for his release today. One Ty Dillinger, the Perfect 10, who, if you remember, like 2 years ago, when he debuted and they had him debut at the Royal Rumble on the main roster. With the number 10 pick in the Royal Rumble
entrance, yep.
People blew the lid off the place of how pumped they were to finally have Ty Dillinger on the main roster because of how good he was in NXT. And then in normal WWE fashion, within 3 weeks, you didn't even know what he did. And he just disappeared, and he doesn't fight on TV. And it's the same thing they do with so many of these guys who are so good, so talented that Triple H builds up, and he builds up well in NXT. Then he gift wraps this thing to Vince, and he says, here, this guy has a gimmick, he has a following, he has a music, he has a finisher, he has moves. Mm-hmm. You just need to take this and place it in the ring and leave it be. And instead, Vince is like, nope, let's just change it. Like Bobby Roode coming out of NXT. One of the most great characters coming out. He was ruthless. He was mean. He comes to NXT. He's been a babyface for 88% of the time he's been there. This is the same dude like down in NXT. Told someone that he was asking like the dude if his wife wanted to have a real man tonight, and like stuff like that. And then you went from that to this crap. So I don't understand what you think you're getting out of it, but I would be down to see Ty Dillinger do his thing.
Yeah, so do you think AEW is possibly his next stop?
Of course, yeah, because he's pretty good friends with Cody, so I could see, with the right move, like even AEW said, they're not taking everybody. Like every time someone comes out, we're not going to go and take them. But like, if there's a valuable spot there, sure, get it to him. But I guess the most crazy news or rumors, it's news to a point, but then there's a rumor in it, is WrestleKast 2 is in Vegas the same weekend as AEW's Double or Nothing. And AEW has announced it like as part of their thing, but it's not AEW sponsored. It's not a sponsored event. They're just letting you know it's there during that, and they're probably going to have AEW superstars there trying to get their name out before the pay-per-view.
That's fair.
But there's a legend who is scheduled to be there and did not let Vince know about it. The Undertaker is going to appear on AEW Double or Nothing weekend.
At WrestleKast 2.
WrestleKast 2. Literally, if he fell out of his building, he'd fall into the MGM Grand and could be in the ring. So Vince is not pumped that he's that close to that event, even if he's not going to show up at Double or Nothing. But I figured for Booker's dream match here, how awesome would it be for the Taker to show up?
Just to show up.
Cody doesn't have a match he still doesn't have a match.
No match. No,
as I'm not, he doesn't have nothing.
Yeah, Cody and no, he doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
Cody doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Cody doesn't have a match.
I thought he did, but he still doesn't have a match.
So that would be a crazy. Even if it's a one-off, obviously, I don't think Undertaker's signing to anybody.
No, I don't think so.
I think he'll do what he wants to do. I think he's still under contract anyway. I don't think he could physically actually perform on AEW at Double or Nothing, but
that would be dope.
Even like a show up, quick show up, something like this. Something that would blow the roof off of someone who's having their first event. You would see how legit they are if you were able to get Undertaker to show up for your show. So I guess
that's it for all the
AEW rumors.
I was able to see some good possibilities of AEW coming up. I'm pretty sure we'll see another live cast from them next month.
Yeah.
To maybe announce more superstars, possibly more surprises.
I'm in for that. Can't wait.
I still love the Undertaker to be a surprise Double or Nothing. That'll be an exciting thing.
Bananas if it happened.
But that's everything in AEW world. So why don't we continue to the road to WrestleMania where I got screwed on my title?
Let's get to that road where my title is still sitting right there.
Well, the first match was by far one of the best matches
of the Elimination Chamber.
It was a fantastic match, and we're talking about the Elimination Chamber for the women's tag team title. This was a fantastic match from start to finish. I thought it lasted extremely long, which is great.
Right.
And the two teams who started this match finished this match, which is crazy. I mean, they were in it for a long time, and they turned around and still ended up taking the title. Obviously, it wasn't my pick of the Samoan Slaughter.
Big bitches.
It wasn't that because, once Nia Jax decided to miss Bayley and run right straight through the pod, she was knocked out cold.
Yeah, man.
Which left everybody to attack Tamina.
Damn right.
And, they beat the living hell out of her, and all four of them
That's not a bad move.
jumped on top of her. And
go after the
knock her out.
biggins, man. Gotta go after the biggins. So, of course, my pick was correct. So I thought, man, I am starting off tonight pretty well. I could smell the title. I was like,
you were excited.
Boston Hug locked it down. I was like, there's no way I'm losing any more matches because I'm great.
Yeah, you started off real good.
So I'm like 1-0. Ryan ain't even answering his tweets or his snaps. I was like, this dude's already asleep. So just like his picks, this is going to be a sleepwalk.
He thought he had it in the bag. And then the next match was Buddy Murphy pretty much
2-0.
I was 1-1, but I did have Buddy Murphy.
I remain
You started off 2-0.
I remain undefeated.
Yes, you did. You started
Buddy
off 2-0.
Murphy because Tozawa wasn't winning anything.
No, he wasn't.
So,
and then we go to the title match, which puts Jeff now at 3-0 and me at 1-2. So it's not looking real good for right here.
So I'm like, I got 3 correct answers.
I was kind of shocked.
Coming out the chute.
I was happy for the Usos and all that. I didn't expect it. I really didn't. I still thought somehow Shane and the Miz were going to hold on to their titles, but McIdiots didn't. So I was kind of happy to see they didn't, but I wasn't happy with the fact that you got the win there.
Ooh, so
that happened. But then a match that I picked happened that I was right on.
They never give Finn anything. Why would
they
start now?
They gave Finn something. I was right in picking Finn.
They literally haven't ever given him a title other than the one, and he had a broken collarbone.
Well, they gave him his Intercontinental title because he beat Lio Rush. He pinned Lio Rush.
I had that stipulation correct.
He did have that stipulation correct. That is true.
It was either that Lio Rush was going to get the pin or get pinned.
And he got pinned. And,
so I thought, man,
Finn
at least I'll
wins
catch that. But then he got his stipulation right. It was very stupid.
Because we basically picked one stipulation. It was a lot of
next time it's
we got this. We're already working on it.
Yeah,
We've already got it pre-approved.
We're learning people.
And again, if he just answered me 2 days earlier, this wouldn't be the problem. So the next match, was Ronda Rousey stays the champ.
As we predicted.
Which we both predicted. So,
but then,
again, we're even at this point.
But then the man
showed up.
The man came around and beat the living crap
of not just Rousey.
Mm-mm.
No, because someone else made an appearance too.
She got Charlotte. They're all black and blue and stuff.
Charlotte got destroyed, but
P.S. Why was Rousey dressed as Roman Reigns? Does anybody else ever see that?
I did.
Why did she have her tactical gear on? What was she going in for?
Yeah.
She was fighting Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Riot gear? Do you think it was Riot gear?
I guess it looks more like trick? They might Roman Reigns.
I thought she was about to do this thing and then Superman punch somebody.
Do this thing?
That's what he does. He does that.
Yeah, I know, but
if you ever see him really
more
fast,
like it does. I was just saying. I'm just gonna put it out there. So the man went off, but in going off,
hell yeah,
the man re-injured herself.
You can't stop the man though.
As they say it's actually pretty bad again, that she ended up re-injuring the same injury.
I took her yesterday.
She went off, and it was fantastic to see. I was happy to see her go off.
Swinging them bangs.
And destroying
them bangs.
Out of them.
Yeah.
That was great.
Made me happy.
So again, we tied again on this match. And then comes, my correct pick and my stipulation was that Baron Corbin was going to win and beat Braun Strowman because of interference. And what happened, Jeff? Do you recall what happened?
All of them interfered.
They all interfered.
Crew. And I was waiting for Kurt Angle or something to show up. I thought, I guess Kurt Angle will show up and help him. And instead, they just got his ass beat.
Didn't happen. He got his ass beat, and Baron Corbin comes out with the W. So look, we're tied again. So at the end of the day, no matter what happened in the final match, we tied. So, i.e., why the title still sits in between us currently.
Because we both picked the new Daniel Bryan to remain. And for a minute, we both lost it.
We did. I could have sworn Kofi was looking real good in that match.
The greatest. That match was so good because Kofi really put on a performance that
Kofi did
was
great,
awesome. Which I know it's not a spoiler for Fastlane with Kofi getting the chance at the titles. That is going to be.
Yeah.
So I think a 1-on-1 against. Daniel Bryan is going to be such a good
match. think Kofi wins that hands down. He's pinned them twice in the last 2 weeks out of the 3 matches.
I'm not giving this part away.
I'm telling you.
I'm not giving anything away to you no more.
I'm telling you. You're going to see Kofi with that title.
You're going to see Jeff with that title. So
Jeff's not going to have that title. You said this last time.
Going into WrestleMania, belt in hand. So...
it's a possibility.
So of course, new Daniel Bryan won, but man, if it wasn't a good finish.
That was a great finish.
That was an old school WWE finish. The crowd was like on the edge of their seats.
They were going crazy. Kofi
awesome.
was looking like he had that title locked up.
So guys, get hashtag Kofi Mania going.
Let's go.
It's on. So that's how good old Elimination Chamber ended.
It was actually a really good Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
For most of the time, this is one of the more exciting pay-per-views. And it really was. It was a very good, planned out fights, and I thought it hit really well. I really enjoyed the women's tag team match the most, and obviously the men's Elimination Chamber as well. They were both fantastically fought by all parties involved.
Mm-hmm. But then comes Raw.
Raw's War or just Raw?
No, Raw ain't War no more.
No, that's right. It's just
Raw
babies.
Is bad. .com
is what it is. Okay.
So here we hit Monday at Raw. Triple H is already in the ring, and he starts announcing. He starts talking about his baby, NXT, and that always gets me excited when I hear NXT because that's where the good talent is, and I want to see it in action. But it's also where I get the most nervous because that means they're coming up to the main roster. We all know what happens.
Which means they're going to disappear for 3 weeks.
When, as soon as that main roster hit, you're like, Matt and Nick are writing out their contracts already. Like, I can't wait for them to quit in 6 months.
Exactly.
Because Vince is going to have Tommaso Ciampa tag with, Mark Henry coming out of retirement or something. Like, he's always going to do something weird, or Hornswoggle, or it's just going to be a weird move. So he announces that the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Wrestling himself, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, and my favorite, I hope that they kind of mold him into Undertaker Jr., Aleister Black. He has that dark thing to him. Keep it. Don't make him like all of a sudden like do like an underwear match or something weird. Like, let him just be this demonish dude. Don't take his demon away like you did to Finn. Now Finn's just the extraordinary man who smiles a lot.
And sometimes wins.
And finally wins, which I'm happy about. But so they announced these four will be wrestling or entertaining on Raw that night. And I was afraid. I was like, I wonder if it's a one-off or what is it going to be. Apparently, from what I've read, they are going to be on it full time. Pretty much NXT, Raw, and SmackDown for the time being, I guess, until they figure out what's going on. So, for you, was this more of a... Have you seen a lot of them in NXT, or is it kind of you're more of a WWE-focused guy, like main roster guy? Like, did you see a lot of them before you saw them on Monday?
I NXT here and there, Raw's where they've stuck out to me. I've heard Aleister Black talk. I've heard about him, but not really to the point. So it was kind of to see these guys tooped it. Out of the four, I'm pretty sure three of them had matches. That I'm looking at this, three of them had matches on Raw. They performed really well, I thought.
No, they all fought on Raw. Because Ciampa, they did an old DIY thing. Aleister Black fought Elias. He kicked him.
Oh, that's right. He fought Elias.
Hit him with the black mass. Like the greatest kicks on earth for such a big dude. So he announces, his guys are coming up on Raw, which is always exciting because that means you're not going to get, Nia Jax fighting for the 17th time in a row, which is nice.
So they keep them on and performing. That's what it comes down to.
So next we have Braun. Right away they try to pull the old we're also going to have a gimmick match right off the bat. So they have a tables match
with Braun and
Baron again. And
this is where you would have been right.
This makes me sad because I hate when they do that. First of all, how angry would you be, just in general, right? So say you ordered the Pacquiao fight, right? It's a Pacquiao Mayweather fight. You spend $100. Mayweather wins. The next night for free, they're going to give you the same match.
Exactly, I agree. No, I don't disagree. It's kind of messed up. I don't want it. So you just gave me this last night. So now tonight you're just going to give me that match again? Also no DQ? Yeah.
Come on, man.
But now your man went off and won this one.
Too late, man. Too late. You're a monster among stupidity. But so Braun did get his revenge on Baron, the former Constable Corbin. It was an alright match. Didn't blow my mind.
I wasn't a huge fan. I thought they just remade the same match again. I was kind of just disappointing in all.
Yeah.
In all aspects of it. But what we did get to see was Finn Balor, and he teamed up with one of your favorite guys in Ricochet. After Triple H announced them, Ricochet had a tag match with Balor against Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush again. Rush. Basically the same match as the night before, except it was a tag match. It was a tag match.
There was no Ricochet last night.
No, there was not no Ricochet on Sunday night, but still it was basically the same match. Just it was this time Balor had someone to tag out to. That was all. That's
kind of like their thing, but
it was a great match.
I really liked it.
It was a good match to see. You could see Ricochet in action, and he looked really, really good.
Ricochet hit him with the finisher, and then they got him with the coup de grace. Mm-hmm. Those two look really cool together because they're both a lot of top rope stuff, and then you have Bobby Lashley who's just a head with muscles on it, and Leo Rush. It's a shame the gimmick they have on him because he would be really. I think he's pretty good on 205 Live, but that would have been a really good match if you had Leo Rush kind of do his top rope stuff with the other two, and then Lashley kind of just would have been the odd man out, which I've been okay with. He can be the odd man out the door if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's not really doing much in that way.
It was exciting watching that. Ricochet got himself his first win as a main roster character. Which way? Oh.
But then your boy Ciampa and Johnny Gargano teamed up.
Yeah, they did the old DIY, but they're like evil DIY, which I'm okay with. But
wait,
they just fought the Revival.
They fought the tag team champions of the Revival.
Yeah.
And here's my problem with this: you have, the old DIY, now the new evil DIY, bad, whatever you want to call it, against the champs.
Yeah. And
the champs lose to them.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't.
You could have had them fight anybody. They could have fought like the Ascension or something dumb like that and beat them to get your first win. Why would you make them get their first win against the tag champs?
It didn't make sense to me.
I get that
I think it was a very all around. I thought it was a pretty poor Raw with the kind of matches they had.
Booking was stupid. Yes,
it was kind of poor, poorly done.
I only think the only reason that the Revival have the tag titles is because Vince was sweating out them asking for their release next. Because they know how bad AEW would take them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because of how it's like a dream match. They've always wanted to fight the Young Bucks, so I think it was one of them here's your title now, leave me alone. But then you still treated them like jobbers with titles, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. You literally have titles, and then you have the two dudes from NXT come up and beat them clean. There was no interference. There was no weapons used. A clean win over your champions of the main roster. You're saying that all these guys in NXT are just better than you.
That just looks bad all the way around.
So that was real dumb, but I'm always down to see DIY do something. Even though I really like the Revival too. So that was a rough one. Hurt my heart.
I said I would have liked to have seen the Revival win because, that would have made the most sense.
Right.
It really would have.
Then we had the Giant Women come out.
To confront
Boston Hug during their celebration of being the first ever women's tag champs. So that's always fun to see them big women out there. Scares the crap out of me. Jesus, they're terrifying.
They are. You think they're gonna set up a
Fastlane? They'll have a match.
They'll having that match. You think they'll give them the tag championship match?
I hope not. They'll give them a championship match. I just hope they don't win.
I don't know. It's a possibility. And then, wait.
I ran out of coffee and now I'm yawning.
I can see this.
I could have.
But wait a minute. We're not talking about the final match. Obviously, we talked about Aleister Black, who had his match as well on Raw against Elijah.
Yes,
destroyed him.
He beat the hell. Oh, I like Elias too, man. It's sad, but I always enjoy it.
Elias, sorry.
A nice little black mask to the chin. So that was a very good match. It was a good really to show Aleister Black in all his glory
and what he has to offer. But then we repeated another match from Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I don't know why Ronda gets Riot again. It didn't make much sense.
The same exact match, but this time she defeated the entire Riot Squad as well. If I remember correctly, did they not all come out?
Yes. Sometimes you gotta beat the Riot Squad.
She beat the living hell out of all of them?
Sometimes you gotta beat them all up.
I mean, that was really the only difference.
Yeah.
But it was the same match. Rousey wins again. I thought it was minus seeing the NXT guys come up and to see what they have against the talent. I think it was poor matches all the way around.
Yeah.
I think it was a very poor Raw.
That's Raw.
And then it was kind of sad to see. So then we jump into SmackDown.
We had a little SmackDown live action on Tuesday, the Blue Brand.
Yep. And your favorite tag team of all time, McIdiots.
They showed right up.
Of course they're going to show right up. That's how I started it all off.
I hate more than a babyface Miz. Miz is meant to be a heel. He's awesome as a heel. No pun
awesome.
Intended. Right. There was no pun intended.
I
like when he's just this asshole out there. And instead he's apologizing.
I'm sorry, Shane.
He's crying like a little wiener. I don't like it. It was stupid. And Shane's like, wow, help you again, bro. And it was stupid.
And we're going to get tag team opportunities again at Fastlane.
Yay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Please get out of my face.
I'm hoping the Usos hold that title.
Yeah, Usos are going to hold on to that.
Oh, but we get to see Aleister Black again.
Beat up Andrade Cien Almas, who's just Andrade now. As they do every time that they enter the main roster, they take away half their name.
Of course.
We had Apollo Crews. He went to just Apollo for a little while, and then they're like, Apollo sounds stupid. Let's get him back to Apollo Crews. Just because it's a weird thing, like, hey, let's just act like this guy didn't have 3 names when he came up last month.
Yeah, let's just change it up all
His
together.
name had been Almas,
like you
Cien
pointed
Almas,
out, like you pointed
Andrade,
out.
Cien Almas. Now
Triple
he's
H
just
builds
Andrade.
this, Vince destroys it. This is what's it's
So
what's going on.
Andrade, and that's another one. Andrade's such. I get why they did it. Andrade and Aleister Black had a really good rivalry down in NXT, so I guess they assume, let's keep it rolling
Let's bring
and
it
get
into
them into a
the
match
scene.
where they can have a good match together because someone they're common that are very good with, which was awesome. It was a really good match.
Yeah.
I loved the match. So two really know how to perform. So it was nice seeing Aleister Black again, 2 nights in a row, and fighting Andrade. But in front of his wife, he had to kick the hell out of Andrade's face real quick. I just found out that they were married.
Andrade.
And
sorry.
Aleister Black
Aleister
is
Black.
married to Selena Vega.
That's right.
So that was pretty awesome. But it was weird seeing her have to root the wrong way. You know?
Yeah, root for the.
Like, because you're not my husband on TV, so she's mad that her husband won. You know? Ironic.
It's funny.
It sounds like a woman. Never mind.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Sorry. So Aleister Black 2-0 on the main roster.
But then we get DIY again.
This time they beat somebody I'm glad they beat because I can't stand the Bar.
Yeah, you guys have the Bar. They are the Bar.
Yeah, well they break the
I
bar.
had to show the
down
Bar.
or something.
It's
like
the
that.
Bar.
Oh, that bar's over my head, man.
So you got to get above the Bar though.
I am not the Bar. I break down the Bar.
You just got to beat the Bar.
Beat
That's
that
what
bar up.
DIY did.
So DIY goes out and evil DIY
What's
goes
the
out and
Bar?
wins. They go and beat the Bar,
Thankfully, that's
which was pretty
bad
dope.
gimmick.
So that's 2 wins. So the NXT universe has been undefeated since going.
So far, yeah. And you can see Mandy Rose in a match.
I'm never mad about
I'm just shocked that she won.
beating. Oh, she had to get the cheap Asuka win because
I am.
they forgot Asuka was on the roster, even though she's the women's champion. Because everybody's so focused on the fact that the Raw title is focused on 3 of the hottest acts there. So they have Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky are all taken up over there, and then they were like, oh poop.
Yeah.
There's another
Asuka.
title, and Asuka's just sitting here, who is very good also.
Yeah, she's a great fighter.
And so Mandy
Rose
is going to be her opponent, at least for Fastlane. I guess maybe, hopefully somebody.
Well, they haven't announced it yet, but you're probably
It's
more
gonna be
likely
them,
it's going to be Mandy Rose.
This is the start of their feud. I just hope this feud doesn't last 2 months, and that Asuka will then also be fighting Mandy Rose at WrestleMania.
It'll happen.
I need a better match for WrestleMania.
They gotta accentuate that whole thing out. That's what they do. They keep a storyline for like 6 months.
Or maybe it'll be like Nikki Cross or something like that. It's a little better match. Asuka and Nikki Cross, they had really good matches in NXT. So yeah, Mandy Rose snuck a win by after claiming that Asuka kicked her in the eyeball, but she grabbed the wrong eyeball, but it fooled the ref just long enough for her to sneak away with a win.
Yep, man.
So hot ass Mandy Rose gets the victory. Good for you.
You're excited for Mandy Rose? Yeah, I think. Well,
Mean
so that's
Graves.
the only way she's gonna win.
Mean Graves. We ain't gonna talk about Graves. He did some dirty stuff this week. Oopsies. So then
we have your man again. We're back to NXT. The final NXT.
Ricochet.
Ricochet comes in.
Goes against Eric Young, who also in NXT with Sanity was one of the biggest factions in NXT history, has come up, and this is the first time I've seen him on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's.
He has 2 guys with him. He has Killian Dane, who is so good, and the other German guy, Alexander Wolf. So these 3 are supposed to be like this mean, like they should be beating everybody up. They should have all these cool storylines. Instead, I haven't seen him in 3 months. So again, he comes up because obviously another NXT move where you can have that fight.
Have that match, and Ricochet beat him.
Ricochet gets a 1-on-1 victory. So
Ricochet,
by my count, NXT hasn't lost yet.
Yeah, they're still undefeated.
So in their first week
6-0
on the main roster, they're 6-0.
They're 6-0 on the main roster.
Awesome. So then we had the 3-on-3.
Yeah,
Basically the 3 good guys versus the 3 bad guys from
Elimination Chamber. Yeah. So it's the same match again, just a 3-on-3 match.
So we had Kofi Mania, AJ Styles,
and Jeff Hardy,
and the Enigma, Mr. Obsolete, Jeff Hardy, against the new Daniel Bryan, the Viper Randy Orton, and of course Samoa Joe, who, by the way, that is effed up. that's the first guy you eliminate in the chamber.
Yeah.
He is such a good wrestler. You want him to have more spots than you do.
I thought he was going to last a lot longer. I really did.
So, but after I saw what they were doing, it was cool. But all right.
Yeah, so, still not the first.
So the good guys get the win. Thanks to Kofi Mania doing his thing again.
Off.
He got the win, and he was able to pin.
He pinned Daniel Bryan.
Which was awesome.
Which in turn, you hear the music, and out walks none other than
Here Come the Money.
Yep.
It was Shane came out, right?
Yeah, Shane.
Here come the money. Money.
No, wait, was that the Spence? Maybe it was Shane.
No, it was Shane.
It was. Money. And he turns around and announces that because he pinned Daniel Bryan, he will have his match at Fastlane.
Baby!
So you get to see Daniel Bryan go up against Kofi Kingston, like we had said earlier. All because of that pin right there.
3. 2-on-3.
1-on-1. But
there'll be a Roman on the outside, and there will be a Big E and Xavier Woods on the other side. So it'll be a 3-on-2. I feel like it's going to be a lot of weird stuff going on the coming weeks as far as the New
Building
Day
up,
and Rowan, and maybe there'll be a third member added to the Daniel Bryan group.
It's a good possibility.
So we'll see.
Hopefully you see it, but at the same time you could see, it's a possibility depending on how these next few weeks plan out. You could see someone on New Day turning on Kofi in the finals in a championship match and having him lose because of that.
Yeah, which I'm not down for yet, but okay.
I'm not accepting it. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility of happening.
I like enough pancake power right now. The power of pancake positivity. They need some positive thinking. You know what I'm saying?
They need definitely positive thinking.
God darn.
It'd be so much better afterwards.
Right. So, yeah, SmackDown goes off the air in a very happy fashion that Kofi gets his title shot.
It's great to see.
Everybody's psyched that Fastlane will at least have a good title match for the blue brand, which is exciting. As far as for the red brand, shocker, there is no title match because Brock Lesnar doesn't fight, and Seth Rollins has a back injury.
Still destroyed. Still laid out.
So you will not see anything on that front. It sucks not seeing Seth Rollins out there. You get him like little promos here and there, but you're not getting like...
You're not going to get him until he's healed for WrestleMania.
Because his back is hurt. They said they were hoping for a much more expanded role leading up to WrestleMania, but they haven't had it yet, so...
Well, could you give the animal fucking Lesnar free reign to do whatever he wants if he actually hurts the superstars?
So, that sucked. But... Yeah, so SmackDown Raw this week, meh. Enjoyed the NXT talent, but otherwise wasn't like nothing blew my mind.
Still, there's still another shitty Raw and SmackDown as always. It really was.
But we're watching NXT tonight.
We got to see some NXT tonight,
and kind of exciting, but I think this is kind of leading to them all the four NXTers who came up. I feel like this is going to be a permanent move, and you're going to see them weaned off NXT sooner than later, because in the main event tonight, Gargano got the Velveteen Dream in a 1-on-1 for his North American title.
Which was a fantastic match, by the way. It was, like we said...
30 minutes long.
It was a long match. You saw a lot of super kicks, like we pointed out.
Right.
You saw a lot of kick-outs. I mean, it was a back-and-forth match. Fans were going crazy. I mean, it really was a well-fought match on both ends, but Gargano ended up losing the title.
So, losing the North American title, pretty much...
That sets him for he's done
within 3 weeks of winning one, says he's done. So, I'm going to be interested to see how
I think Ciampa will be the next
Ciampa
one.
loses his, and after that, they're not going to be in NXT for much longer. Which is sad, but I hope that they treat them right up there. And if they don't,
AEW hopefully is looking for them in the long run. Join the Super Kick Party. It'd be a great way to go. Is the Super Kick Party?
Oh yeah. So that is the general summary of what the hell happened
so far. Yeah.
What happened in wrestling this week?
We wrap up this week. We got some good AEW rumors. Hopefully next week we'll have some more good AEW rumors coming around.
Or hopefully even a signing or two.
Yeah, that could be a good thing. A couple more signings. And, we'll probably see Raw and SmackDown do the same shit they've been doing. And it's been poor.
Yeah.
So, again, maybe they can prove us wrong. But so far they haven't.
That they have not.
But maybe it'll be a better storyline. Maybe, SmackDown will run with this Kofi Daniel Bryan thing a little longer. I mean, obviously they're running with it, but maybe it'll be a little more entertaining. Is what I mean.
Oh, I hope so.
Maybe they'll actually entertain to the point where it's like, all right, you want to tune in for the whole thing to see what's going to happen.
Yes.
And not just, all right, skip through matches. Let's see, all right, what was a good part about this match?
Exactly.
And not the fluff they have in between.
Oh yeah, nothing good comes from the fluff.
I mean, obviously, like I said, we're not going to say anything from Raw when it comes to the champion. So there's
There'll
going to be nothing built
no
up.
heavyweight champion for another 8 weeks.
But I think they're obviously they're gunning for the Nia Jax and Tamina against Boston Hug at Fastlane. They're definitely gunning for that one.
Excited.
Let's not switch that up at all. That's going to stay the same.
So that should be entertaining. But I feel like that's it for now, man.
Yeah, I think it's time
So it's time to sign off.
It is definitely time to sign off.
So
do it from the same manner we did before.
Do it from the top, brother. We bid you adieu. So goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang.